Good morning, 8:30. Just got my breakfast. Banana again, very nice. And let's see what I have. Oh, mee siam, I think. Today is very unhealthy. Maybe not mee siam, it's fried bee hoon actually. So it's fried bee hoon, oranges, spring roll. Looks yummy. So, I had a much better night rest because I vacuumed and didn't have to bear with the itchiness and dustiness of the whole bed. And I gotta show you guys this. Oh crap. Okay. Put this back first. Now, the amount of dust on the bed is atrocious. I only vacuumed the bed, okay? Not the floor and maybe some of this side tables, but there wasn't much dust on the side table, to be frank. The dust is on the bed. Most of this came from the bed. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see all the white powdery stuff on the mesh here? All that dust was on the bed. This shit that I'm sleeping on. So, two things. Number one, Far East, you suck. This is not acceptable, the amount of dust on the bed. You gotta at least change the sheets if there's nobody staying here. Number two, this damn thing works. So, I really like it. I mean, it's a bit heavy. It's a bit off balance. How it's designed, of course the Dyson feels a bit more ergonomic, okay? And you can't, it's hard to compare. This is, the price of this thing, which I bought it at $200 over, is only enough to buy the battery of the Dyson, right? The Dyson battery is like, well, almost $200. So it's not a fair comparison to say, you know, this sucks because, you know, it's not a Dyson. But it's a fraction of the Dyson price, right? The Dyson V8 that I bought back in the days is like $800, but now it's maybe $600, $700, but still expensive. This is $200 over and it's really awesome. So let me show you how. Now Dyson, to remove the battery, you gotta use a screw and take it out. It comes from the bottom. This is the battery. You just press this thing. There's a tap here. You press it, take it out. Here's the battery. And I mean, there's a part number and everything, but you can tell this is a balance tab connector, just a battery. And what happens is that it's pretty cool. You have the buttons here. I think what happened is that when you press the button, a little circuit board varies the output of the battery to the motor, and that causes it to go faster or slower. And then of course, the whole thing feels like a gun. I don't know what this kinky thing is, but it's like a Hasta Vista baby. And you know, there's this little thing here that you kind of like, and this thing pops out. See that? So once you push it forward, this tank pops out, and you could literally just untwist it, and it comes out. Oh shit! There's even more crap in here. Can you see that? I must have been shaking it out. So let me just, before that gets on the floor and in my face and everything, let me just suck that back in. Can you see the amount of dust? Can you see that? Anyway, hasta la vista, baby. Okay, I like to do that. Take it out. And so there's a little filter here to prevent the dust from going to the motor. That's the motor there. Okay, and then basically that's where the inlet is. So, you know, let me take this out. You know, the air goes in from here and goes through this bit, and then comes out from here into the tank. And so this whole thing here, the handle, this is the motor, which I think looks pretty decent. I mean, it's a centrifugal blower, and the suction power is quite good. I mean, even at the very low setting, it was enough. I did at some point turn it up to the medium just to get all the crap out of the bed. And of course, this tank, I like it that they designed it like that. You can, I'm not gonna do it now because it's full of dust, but you can press this button, this lid opens and you shake everything out. Quite similar to how the Dyson is designed. And I mean, it's a pretty sizable tank. It's not meant for you to vacuum up the whole damn house if your house is filthy, but it's good enough for like day-to-day use. and it should last a couple of days before you need to like empty it. And that's the thing, right? You don't want to make it too big as well, because if you suck up all this crap and you don't empty it, it's also not good for the vacuum. So you want to empty it regularly. So anyway, this vacuum, I give it for the price. I give it 5 stars, man. It works. It's not so ergonomic in the sense that the balance is a little goofed up. Like, it feels very nose heavy, and because of the way the handle is built, and because this is a toggle switch. You know, the Dyson, when you are using it, you kind of hold it down, right? So you're actually holding it with the switch down. It gives you a little bit more support on your hand. Now, but because this is a toggle switch, so you press it and you put your finger away. I mean, or for the guys, if you're doing army, you put your finger out, right? You don't hit the trigger. And when you're holding it like this, the lack of support on the index finger area makes it feel very nose heavy. It feels like it's tilting down. It's okay if you're doing it on the floor. Not okay if you're holding like that. It feels a little tiring. Now, the last part is the floor thing, which I did just try on a small area of the floor. It's very cool. It has lights. See this? LED. I'm gonna plug it in and show you guys. So it has lights. And I think just hearing it. So if you guys didn't know, right? These brush heads are motorized. They're not rolling with your movement. Or in the old days, I think some of those vacuum makers like Philips and all that, they have those brush heads. They were not motorized. What happens is that there is a little turbine here, and it's making use of the vacuum suction to drive the turbine to move the brush. That's useless, because the moment you put this on the floor, it stops spinning, right? So these are motorized. There's actually a motor in here that's turning it. So if you start it, and I'm just trying to put some pressure on the motor. It's pretty decent. It keeps going without like jamming up. It's quite noisy. I think the noise is because of the gearing inside. It sounds like some kind of gear noise. They might have not used a helical gear. They might have used like a straight gear. It causes noises like that. And I can verify that by taking it apart in one day. There's no easy way to take it out. But there's also a little release here. You can remove this part, and to remove the brush for cleaning, if you need to, the whole brush comes out. You put it back. So I think what you're hearing is the noise of the motor. The spin rate felt quite similar to the Dyson, I would say. The speed at which it's going. But I mean, when rolling on the floor though, it feels a little bit different than Dyson, in the sense that the Dyson feels smoother. This feels like there's some resistance. There's actually 2 huge rubber rollers down here that's rolling together with you on the floor. I think some of the weird like resistance comes from this, because rubber resists angular change, right? So if you're rolling it straight, it's not a problem. But sometimes when you're vacuuming, you don't go straight. You're going like left, right, left. And because it's rubber, it's preventing that change in direction. I think the Dyson's ones are just plastic, and so it's a little bit easier for you to just switch direction. And I think it's just the way it is. The Dyson one, the balance feels a little bit better, but I'm not gonna fault this thing. Okay, it's a fraction of the price, guys, and it freaking works. Like this brush thing, I think if you buy it from Dyson itself, it's $200. So this is great. I mean, what can you say? I'm quite impressed. I mean, this will be my new vacuum, and I'm gonna I guess my Starbucks is here. I heard the bell, but I'm gonna just end this video and say, if you want a vacuum for $200, a battery powered one, get the Dibea, what is this, F20 Max. I'm a bad product reviewer, can't remember the name, but that's it. It's really good. Thanks for watching.